Hello everybody, welcome back to Dark Souls. Today, I think, I'm just going to head right down to the catacombs. I can remember how to do so. Back to Firelink Shrine. I think I may have said last time that I was going to do some grinding, get some souls and stuff off camera. Maybe I did, I don't really recall, but I don't really want to do that after all. So let's just do this zone, it shouldn't be too hard. I will go to... What if I just shift some equipment around real fast? Where is my... Pyromancy Flame? It's near shields, of course. Why would it be somewhere inconvenient? And then... Binary Force Club. For skeletons. Yeah, I don't need you for anything. Don't worry, Framp. Just sleep peacefully. Anyway, that's what you could hear when you had only rung one bell of awakening, because he wasn't quite awoken yet. Okay, skeletons. Remember, these guys totally kicked my butt last time I was here, early game. But now... shouldn't be so bad. I am much, much stronger. Although I still have to hit him 4 times. Possibly I could have upgraded my Divine Club. Oh, I never picked this up. Boys break. Get smashed. Winged Spear. It's a decent dex weapon. I think it's slightly better than the regular spear you get from drops from the Spear Hollows. Okay, this is a lot of guys at once. That's scary. Ouch. Great, more spawning behind me. Didn't get you though. Oh, your stamina will break eventually. Hold on, something's happening. There's an explosion going on outside. Okay, so welcome back everyone. Sorry for the scare. Didn't kind of expect there to be doors slamming at 3 in the morning when I'm recording these. And then the dog to bark for like 30 minutes after that. I did miss a few other things in the graveyard. Catacaeus round shield is... I don't remember it being very good. I guess we'll take a look at it after this. I think it has some kind of like... stamina regen or something like that. The more I whack things with this Reinforced Club, the more I think I probably should have upgraded this thing a bit more. Anyway, this looks like it's safe. Let's see what Caduceus, Caduceus? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Greek, I believe. It's a small shield, so it's not going to be very good. Make sure I press the right button. Yeah, cool. 65 lightning. 85 physical. Not great. Round wooden shield crafted in Lordran, decorated by Caduceus. Distant offspring of the great stone arch trees. Reduces magic damage. Okay, so that's like a small version of the crest shield that I'm using right now. So the arch trees are what are like what the world is built on. We've already gone down into an arch tree in the Great Hollow. It's kind of similar to Norse myth, and I believe that is the top of the Great Hollow's tree right there, which is a descendant of the Great Arch Trees. I do need to go back down there later to continue with a storyline, and also just kind of because it's a cool area. You should really see it. So here we go, into the catacombs. This area may seem pretty easy, but I'm way over leveled for it. This has to be kind of how it is, because it could potentially be your first zone. Since I didn't kill that skeleton and the exploding head did, and he will stand back up. We're going to run on. You'll notice that the little lights in the skeleton's eyes go out when they're permanently killed. Oh, I thought there was a ladder. There is a ladder. Right there. I just missed it. We'll be doing a bit more of looking at environments in here. Not a whole lot. But it's just cool. They designed a catacombs that looks like it should be a catacombs. Skeletons in this universe can do the Psycho Crusher. Oh, I might die already. That's not good. Can I jump through your parry stance? I can. You may also notice that because this is a hammer type weapon, well, I already mentioned that the poise break amount on a hammer class is the same as a greatsword. When you miss with a hammer, you use a ton more stamina than if you hit. You notice that's not too bad, right? You can get 4 hits on 1 stamina bar. No big deal. Watch how much it takes when I miss. Oh, way more. Well, no, it isn't. Where did I get that idea then? Was I R2ing? R2ing takes like 50%. I thought the R2 was what I did. Never mind. So, oh, I was looking at trying to talk about environment design and stamina. This guy's shooting fireballs at me. So, that Necromancer is dead. He's going to stay dead. If you kill the Necromancer, their skeletons no longer respawn. So, there are like flesh-eating beetles in the real world, like scarabs. I think that's what they're going for here, because you can see these bugs on the ground are actually slowly moving. Pretty gross. We have to push this, I believe. It's also possible to open the door ahead without killing the Necromancer, and as you run away, he will actually go and close again on you. You can also backstab skeletons, which is a little strange. I'm not going to get it here. Only if they're standing up does it work. Doesn't seem like a skeleton would really have any vital points you could hit in their backs, but whatever. There's the next Necromancer. He's going to be a real jerk about this. Here's another area where if you're early in the game or don't have a divine weapon, you can just kick the skeletons off this ledge, and then they're not dead, but they're really not a problem anymore. There's the backstab. But the reason to come down here a little bit earlier would be... Hey, get back here, you little jerk. I think why he's running away to make you fight all this stuff. I might get killed. Survived. Dang. Oh. You know my favorite phrase, wombo combo. Yeah. That was not gonna work. Too many enemies, but I did get rid of the necromancers, so that's good now. I've made progress. You know, I honestly probably shouldn't have chased them down. I probably should have just killed the skeletons one by one. And when I got to them, I would get to them. Okay, you may have also noticed some of these statues shoot blades out of themselves to stab you as you go by. This is also a very good place to hit early if you're a cleric or want to do some miracles, because if you recall the haircut and his guys that he was waiting for, and the lady, here you are. I can't remember their names off the top of my head right now, but I had some bad things to say. I was like, you prissy jerk. You know, they say things like, don't see my lady looking so raggedy. I was like, oh, no matter how nice I dress, you're going to say the same thing. Well, anyway, they're down here. This is where they went and got lost. Exploding head just exploded somewhere. So, these little cubbies, once again, look a bit too small. Like, these are relatively small skeletons, but I don't think that's supposed to imply anything. It's just a slight scaling issue. But, I mean, I think it looks pretty good down here. They've got these urns that I've destroyed people's remains in. Clearly this has been an area desecrated by those necromancers, because they just keep... Hey, humanity from a skeleton, who would have thought? Did I duck in here? Ouch. Well, they don't do a ton of damage, especially with my stats as they are. I was also thinking I need to go human for... There's an NPC invasion in here. Here's another good reason to come down here early. The Lucerne. This is a pretty good... I think it's considered a polearm, but it's like a strength build polearm. So it's actually pretty good for if you are a strength build and want lots of range. Plus the Lucerne hammer is just a cool looking weapon. Let's take a look at it here in just a second. This is relatively safe. Does blunt damage. And here we go. See, it's equivalent to the halberd in damage, but lighter. And it requires 15 strength. It's more of a strength build type weapon. Halberd large, hard, beak-like protrusion. thrust damage instead of thrusting like a spear. The wielder of the Lucerne aims to club the head with its hard beak. So check this out. That's what it looks like. You're actually holding it kind of backwards. You should be hitting it from the other side. But that's okay. It also uses some of the spear moveset. And you spin to win. This is the real spin to win. And then overheads. So, kind of cool. I won't use it, but there are definitely builds, and myself included, I've used it in builds before, early on, that can really get a lot of mileage out of the Lucerne. It's quite a decent weapon. Yeah, those statues can sometimes have traps built into them. Let's get that archer. What are you doing, buddy? Think you're cute? Double kill. That's who was up here watching me while I was playing with the Lucerne. I kind of was keeping my eye on him. Just a soul. No, this was the stabby kind. Am I going backwards? I must be. Anyway, this is a relatively linear area. Most environments in Dark Souls 1 are kind of linear, but it helps you not get lost. So that's okay with me. Did I just... point of no return? I didn't, okay. And this is here. I need to go out here instead of going backwards. Okay. Another necromancer. A pit from which exploding heads spawn. So those ones that got killed by the exploding heads will just respawn. Oof. Of course, there is no kindled bonfire down here, so I do need to be somewhat cautious with my Estus. 5 Estus is not that many. Just a soul. Once again, this is another good place for invaders to mess with people, because this is going to turn that bridge where I pointed out the necromancer. It's going to turn it so you can walk on it instead of being spikes. You can kind of wait for the host to walk over it, and then activate the bridge, and they fall into the pit. Usually that's a kill. Ow, 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 ow. Bye. Bye. Let me just get around this corner to heal, so I don't get fireballed while I'm doing it. Those two skeletons were very cooperative. Usually you have to fight them for a long time. I think this spell he's using is called something like Fire Arrow, which has much longer range than the Fireball. The Skull Lantern, I needed that. That's going to be a necessary item for the future. This is a one-way. That said, if you step on that brownish ground, it'll break. So let's continue this way, finish this up before I do that. I like that the last thing they do is stick their head on. It's kind of cute. There's a few items in these little nooks. That one's a good trap. I just usually tank it because it's not a lot of damage. That's another difference between this and Dark Souls 2, and 3 for that matter. Traps are usually not super damaging. Like, if you got caught by them, 25% damage, 30%. So you could kind of YOLO it if you wanted to. But you would be slightly rewarded by not. There's more skeletons here I was trying not to activate, but I went for it anyway, like an idiot. Oh, come on, guys. Last Estus accounted for. So you may notice that even though I'm getting hit by their scimitar attacks, it's only physical damage. It's not bleeding type damage, it's physical damage, and when your bleeding meter fills up, then it does bleeding type damage. That's kind of the reason why the stone plate ring and such, or the blood stone plate ring and whatnot aren't that useful. Because the only damage is really from when the meter tops out. You have to be hit many times by a bleeding attack before it affects you at all. Okay. I believe there is one more bonfire. I'm clipping my camera through the walls again. Nice. I believe there's one more bonfire before the boss. The boss is going to be... the boss is interesting. There's another one that's a lot of jokes about. What is this? Am I going the right way? This is back to the bridge. May have taken an alternate route. Skeleton wearing pants, and I can hear a crystal lizard around here somewhere. Here we go. Bonfire. I don't think I'm out of souls. Nope. The club has been taking a beating, though. Go ahead. Just open this up, and then I will, with this, like, checkpoint, I will head back down in search of some items I left behind. I'm going to have to kill a bunch of skeletons again, though, aren't I? I believe you can drop down here and get something. I don't remember if it's worth it. I mean, there's a checkpoint right here. Yeah, well. Boy, remember this ability? Let's jump attack on R2. So good. This is not the room. Okay. It's further up. Oh, if you're not going to come get me, that's fine. I don't have to kill you. I have to re-kill you. I have to kill you, though. And I remember reading in the original implementation of this area, those skeletons were worth 0. Absolutely no souls whatsoever. And the idea was to get across that you're not supposed to be killing them, you're supposed to be running past and killing the necromancers. Then when you killed the necromancers... Hey, another humanity! Wow, I'm so lucky today. You killed the necromancers, all of the skeletons would break apart. So you couldn't farm them. I'm not entirely sure why that was changed. I guess it was too... like... annoying. Ah, screw you, Crystal Lizard. This is the way to, I believe, the scythe, one of the scythe weapons. There's 2 or 3 scythe weapons in the game. There is a war scythe, which is, I believe, just called the scythe. If you don't know what a war scythe is, you take the common farming tool, you turn the blade 90 degrees, and you stick it in place. And that makes yourself a nice polearm type spear if you are a broke peasant in the medieval time. And then the one I'm talking about in this case is, I believe, called the Great Scythe, which looks like a traditional Grim Reaper type scythe. Which is not a weapon, it would not be very effective. So I didn't actually find that scythe. Let's go through again. If I get far enough away before they respawn, it'll be fine. Is this even the way to do that? I was pretty sure. Get through the gauntlet. Certainly not in the secret area. Maybe it's a different area that has the same exact breakaway floor type traps. Maybe? Lame. So let's go back to that hole in the floor and jump down it. Now that the necromancer is dead, those heads exploding and killing the skeletons means they don't come back. Let's not fall too far. Fall damage does exist in this game after all. Camera made it very confusing what I was actually doing there. Was there another one? Yeah, he's still down there. Attacking nothing. Because I woke him up? Probably. Anyway, jump into the darkness here. Just rolling forever. Doing a good job there, buddy. Believe there's one other item down here. No? Okay, well. YOLO, bitches! Oh, fell in the hole. Great. So, I mentioned I was trying to think of blacksmiths, and I realized we hadn't met this guy yet. This guy is named Vamos, and that is his real name. If you kill him, he drops his hammer, which is called Vamos' hammer. The filter on his voice is awesome. His skeletal beard is also awesome. I don't know how that is a thing. So, he's called Vamos, which is the Spanish word for leave or go. Because you come in here and he just says immediately, leave. You know, what are you doing here? Get out of here. He is a skeleton blacksmith. This guy's specialty is fire. But what do you know? He actually has a visible heat source and is not just cold forging steel. Amazing. It's not really what that means, but okay. And he can turn things into fire. If I turn the butcher knife into a fire butcher knife, it will get health. It will restore health on kills instead of per hits. So I don't actually want to do that, but it's something to think about. Can I improve my club? That green titanite I just got, good. He also sells homeward bones, which kind of makes sense because he is in a place where there's be plenty of bones he could enchant. Titanite shards, normal. Normal. And I thought he had fire bolts, but I guess not. I do have plenty of these, so let's hold off on buying more. And that's it. I believe he can also make a cult. Make your divine into a cult, can't he? No, not yet. That should be about all we need him for.
I'm here to smith, not to chit-chat. If I build, then be gone with you. You'll spoil my focus.
Anyway, I like him. Vamos is fun. I think his design's neat. I think he sounds neat. I wish there was more to him that we could learn. Oh, down here. Hello, skeleton wheels. Oh, God. These are much weaker than the ones in Painted World. They have brakes. So they can actually stop their rolling. There's an item up above. I'm going to need to go back up and drop down to get. Luckily those jumping attacks kill him in one. And they're pretty good for taking him out. Hey, and I didn't mention it yet because I was waiting to see him. There is a Silver Knight down here. One with a club, or not club, but a battle axe. Oh no, no, please. I guess the exploding heads actually woke him up because he's actually supposed to be up above. He was kind of falling down when I saw him first. That's a real shame. I wanted the Silver Knight to be a surprise. Can I continue on this way? Guess let's find out. You can also kind of get there by dropping down. Oh. Oh, you jumped out from above. You kind of drop down these little ledges and get down there, which I might end up doing if I have my souls back. Because there's a few items you can get. Maybe this is where that scythe is. Probably just be using the jumping attack more. So, you see that symbol? It was not the usual Hollow Merchant symbol. It was Oscar of Astora. This is a developer message encouraging you that there is treasure down here through that breakable wall. Eventually, From Software stopped doing developer messages. I guess they thought people would miss them or ignore them. These guys are training to be wheel skeletons in the future. Ooh, there is still a necromancer around here. Yes, you jumped down the pit. Good job. I don't really want to lose my 2 humanity and 20,000 souls. Let's be kind of cautious here. Maybe this is the area I was thinking of. See, there's a Titanite demon down there in the shadows. Can I get through here without him activating? I can. Hello, skeleton friends. I'm not entirely sure why climbing to the top of a ladder knocks you back. It really shouldn't, right? This is probably where it is. Yeah, these floors break away. Ouch. So, I'm not a huge fan of the catacombs area. I think it's a bit boring. You're beating up skeletons over and over and over. Oh. Hey, that's the shield I was mentioning. I think that totally killed the bone whale skeleton. Cool. Hello, friends. -1. The humanity. Dang, what did I do to deserve all this? Thought there was one rolling behind me. Oh god, don't kill me. I just want to get my stuff back. Oh, you're so strong, sir. Oh. I can do that jumping attack. It's not fun either. Oh. Flattened in the exact same place. Oh, that's so upsetting. I had my stuff too. Maybe it's time for a speed up. What do you say, folks? Okay, finally, I'm going to cut back here. Time for a one-on-one with me and Mr. Black Knight. Or, yeah, this is Black Knights now. The Black Knights when they're outside of Anor Londo. You may notice, this is finally the first time I'm actually using the Butcher's Knife. Not only is it damage real good, ooh, it actually heals a little bit. Hey, thanks, exploding heads. It was actually healing just a little bit on each hit. So that is finally demonstrated. Hooray. No, I want F, not G. I don't want F either, actually. I want V, whatever the hell the button is. I don't actually think about what buttons I'm pressing, I just hit them. Oh, you guys again, huh? Okay. I've cleared out down here, I think. There's a few things, like up there, you need to drop to get. And I'm too nervous to lose 3 humanities and 25,000 souls to do them right now. So I think this is the boss just ahead.